There you go, friends. Doc South here, and I was just going to mention something here, and I don't know if I can do it quite justice, but I'm going to try. I've noticed an awful lot of folks, perfectly good folks, way down in the dumps, and and it's happened to me too. I can get pretty low on the totem pole myself, shall we say, and but there's nothing wrong with being, if you're sad enough about something to cry, well, you should cry. When the tears are dry, well, you do what you can to make things better. Take a deep breath and get busy. There's a lot of times where whatever has happened to a person is no one's fault, not their fault, not some evildoer's fault. It's just things are in a rotten state. There's times when the wallet doesn't have much in it, and there's times when the bank has to practically close because you took out a deposit. Something you were muttering something about the yacht is all they know. The thing is, there's bad stuff comes to us a lot, and the way things are lately with the COVID and various things going on, I notice stores shutting down, businesses kind of cutting back, and other things aimed at perhaps making things. Well, they may be a sign of things getting worse, and I think one thing we've got to do to reverse that kind of attitude, because eventually people are going to get pretty sore at one another. There'll be oh gosh, fist fights at the ice cream store, and I don't know, and people cutting each other off. I noticed, boy, lately a lot of people right on your tail when you're driving the speed limit. I mean, right on your tail. If you stop, whoo, not going to be good. That kind of thing. A lot of impatience, and you see people maybe not buying all the food they normally would buy. You see them coming in, and gee, when they leave, it's like 25% of what they used to get. That kind of thing. And they don't look happy. I think we've got to kind of reverse that and do what we can. If we know of someone, well, I'll tell you one thing. I was never happier, even though there'd be nights I'd go home crying. I was never happier than when I worked with the rescue squad down south. I gotta say, that was one of my happiest times. If Sandy had known me back then and we were married, I'd have been in total ecstasy. Because I'd have a beautiful, nice wife who can break boards, and I got a whole bunch of guys at the squad hall and a few gals who had your back and who were there to help you if you were in a jam on a call. And there were times you were in a jam when there was a call. You get some clown with a knife in his hands, got you up against the wall. That's trouble. And thank heaven we had 3 people to a crew, and the two that weren't occupied by the knife wielder got them. And they just managed to work things out, shall we say. Now, I don't think there was brass knuckles. Well, I think one of our guys did carry brass knuckles, now that I think about it. But it wasn't that guy that night. It didn't take much. The guy was so darn drunk. He just didn't want to go get his stomach pumped, because that's what was coming for him. And we had a nurse, Miss Twilly, who I think was about 300 and some pounds. She was going to see to it. He was getting his stomach pumped, or she'd know the reason why. Ooh. Oh, Miss Twilly. But again, one of the nice people. Tough too, though. The thing is that I think it's good to look around, allow at least some time in your day to notice the good stuff, and there's plenty of it. Not just, trees and flowers and birds, that's good, streams and such. But I noticed today, Sandy and I went to get our cars serviced, um, oil changes and stuff, simple things like that. But they did such a good job. They were so darn careful. They hunted all over the car for anything that might need a little touch up, even a tiny little gizmo, a little light or something. They'd fix it. I like that. Because frankly, I don't know where the devil to find those light bulbs. They got bunches of them. You see what I'm saying? Maybe they checked the tire and they said, ooh, this tire shouldn't be up front. Let's put it in the back. Put this tire to the front. And there you go. That kind. I don't know. It was all gibberish to me. But when I was done, boy, that car's running nice. Those guys knew their stuff. And if there's something your stuff about, it might not hurt to start putting some of that into trying to make people a little bit happier. You doing that, me with my stories, maybe some pretty girl in a bikini walking by at the beach. Next thing you know, everyone's smiling once again, even that girl in the bikini. Yes. But you see what I'm saying? We've got to, I think, definitely help each other, be good to one another, and try not to be so doggone glum, because there's a lot of that going around, and that's a widow maker. We don't need a whole bunch more widows. We need people grinning from ear to ear, and you see what I'm saying. Okay. So, just thought I'd say, if you can't get a whole pizza, which is mighty tasty, you can go to the supermarket and get one of those $5 pizzas. Frankly, they're not too bad. So you get my idea. One hand washes the other. If one hand is too busy, well, then the other hand will just have to do the best to cheer someone up without the help of the right hand. Let the left hand do it this time. See what I'm saying? Let's just do what we can to get a little more glee into the world, because frankly it needs it. And yes, things are tough, but things have a way of being tough and then getting better. And there's no sense looking back thinking how awful everything was and just getting yourself more glum about it. Nice thing to do is look back and think of the things you did that helped people. And that I know for me, that puts a smile on my face. I think of my radio shows. I assume a lot of people really liked them. And I loved doing them. So it was a win-win situation. Happy listeners, not all of them, no. And happy DJ, moi. Work to getting those smiles cooking, friends. You'd be surprised what a great outdoor event that can be. What a great indoor event that can be. Yes, indeed. Okay, you got, do I have your vote? Okay, good. I'll see you later. And you got my vote. One for you. Bye now, God bless.